What's going on, Freedom Lab? You're all good. Nikki was just talking to me over here. Gosh, I wish I could get more of the team involved. Nikki, you sure you don't want to come on over here and share some of your lessons on course launches? No? She says, no. No. Well, I'm here for you. So the spirit of the Freedom Lab, if you're just joining us, is that I want to help you, especially you if you're a positive person, you're trying to do something positive in the world, you have a positive idea, you have a positive product, you're just trying to use your talents to not only be the change, but see some more change around you in your environment. And if you're not that person, then leave, get out of here. Don't watch the Freedom Lab. I don't want to help you. But I know that most of our tribe here at Peaceful Media is truly involved with an awakening of consciousness and a different way of doing business, one of service and giving all we can, and knowing that on the back end of all that giving will be wealth and prosperity and more importantly, happiness, knowing that we are leaving a legacy, creating a body of work that that can sit on the interwebs for a lot longer than we will, and continue to make a difference. And that's why I do what I do, and this is why we created the Freedom Lab. So I want to be an incubator for good. How's that? Ooh, that's good. That's good, Nikki, huh? All right, so it's a quiet, rainy day here in Portland in the Peaceful Media office. So it's a perfect time to just get a little bit nerdy and talk about how to validate your product idea. A lot of people, here's what happens. We talked about this on the previous episode about how to do some market research, right? A lot of people don't do that. And they also don't go to the point of validating, getting feedback from people who might be your market, might not, but might be your market. So I was delighted. When I started seeing the results and the ease that was created when I implemented one little step into my pre-launch sequence, if you will, my pre-launch campaign, or my pre-launch just, okay, let's hustle and bustle and get all this stuff that's in my head down on paper and out, recorded and out in the world, right? This step saved me so much time and ultimately created a much, I think, a higher conversion of people who signed up for the wait list and ultimately became a customer of Launch 31. So if you are just joining us for the Freedom Lab, this is your first episode. Let me catch you up briefly. Launch 31 is a course that we created here at Peaceful Media that helps people go and create and launch their own marketing websites. That includes like a list building element, a quote unquote lead gen magnet, a blog, and a deeper understanding of how to put strategic content on your website. Sort of like, well, looking around at the industry, oh, that person's big time, let me do what they're doing. No. Being strategic, learning how to critique your own content and put it on the web that in such a way that will increase your flow. Flow means more prosperity, more opt-ins, more subscribers, but also for your user, it creates more flow. People know what to do when they land on your website. So that's the gist. Launch 31. The Freedom Lab, this season of the Freedom Lab is a journey of relaunching after our beta launch, the real launch of Launch 31. I'm just showing you exactly what I'm doing. I'm also trying to catch you up on some of the things I did in the beta launch that made a significant impact. So last time we talked about how I started organizing all of my ideas, my quote unquote market research, really thinking and putting down on paper, okay, this is where my prospect wants to go. This is where my prospect's been. This is where my prospect is getting super frustrated. And then I catered and tinkered and fit my content into a package that answered those three things. So I shared that market research document with you, as well as our brand and positioning assessment over in the Freedom Lab on Facebook. So if you aren't on that, go search Facebook for Freedom Lab Show, and you'll find in the links section I'm posting some goodies for you, so that you can carve out, sort of cut down on the time it takes for you to go and organize all of your thoughts and turn it into a course. So I hope that helps. Look on Freedom Lab Show. And by the way, if you want to join us live, hey, Christina, thanks for joining live. Feel free to ask your questions here. You can interact with me. I will answer them at the end of the episode, or if it's relevant, I will answer it in the flow. But you can join us live at freedomlabshow.com. Just register. It's all free. It's all good. I just got to drink my water. I don't want to get a dry mouth on you. All right. So let's talk about that one step. The one step was quite simple. It was a survey. So let's talk about the flow that someone would go through to get this survey. So if I go to peacefulmedia.com, you'll notice an opt-in for the Freedom Lab. But as I scroll down, I have a little pop-up come in the bottom right, unless I've already must have cookied. I must have cookied. Let's try it on the blog. Should get a pop-up. Look at that colorful site. Instagrams. Huh. I don't know why it's not popping up. It must be because I'm already logged in. Hold on. Let me go to a private browser. Oh, you aren't seeing this anyway, so let me share my screen with you. Aha, that's why it wasn't working. I needed to get you involved. So let's do this. Let's share my screen. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's go over here and check this out. Oh, the site's not going to be super slow loading, is it? Huh. Well, that's embarrassing. Don't know why exactly it's taking a long time, but there it is. Okay. So I'm still logged in over here, so it may not pop up. There it is. Okay. So there's, say, in my other browser, I'd already been on the site and I'd already closed this, so it's not going to do it again for me. But here's the opt-in. So if someone were to say, yeah, well, I'm interested in launching my expert website in 31 days. Okay, cool. They do this. Ooh, that won't get to me. So they opt in. Sweet goodness, check your inbox for a note from Jam. Okay, so if I were to go to that inbox, what I would get is this. So let me share this screen with you. Stop this screen. Share this screen. I think it's important to understand the flow of this. I opted in for a wait list. So this is before I had the course done. I had on my website a pre-registration or priority registration wait list. Obviously, I needed to know what my course was in a nutshell, you know, to be able to write a headline and a little blurb. And to be honest with you, the first headline and blurb and waitlist opt-in page or sequence or everything about it was, and as I was creating the course, I came back and just edited that. That's another reason why we want to be able to edit our own sites, because you don't want to have to wait weeks to send something over to a developer, have it done. Okay, it wasn't quite right. Let me massage it a little bit. You want to be able to and edit them yourselves. That's what I'm trying to teach here in the Freedom Lab as well. So let me share our CRM, our email marketing system. I know this is going to do a little bit of a, yep, okay. So I'm in Entreport. That's our tool for sort of marketing someone who opts in. They go through some logic steps. They go through some rules, some sequence of events, some tagging, some responses. So this is the opt-in sequence for that Launch 31 waitlist. And here I'm adding the tags. I'm giving myself a notification. And then on day 0, the first day they opt in, I'm sending them a little note that says what to expect. Actually, I'm giving them a freebie, one of our lead gen magnets, our Creating Loyal Audience guide. And then on the second day, a call to action to come fill out this survey so they can tell me exactly what they want in this course. And a lot of people took me up on this, which is awesome because they literally shaped, maybe this is you, they literally shaped the course around their needs. So someone clicks on this and they start the survey. Okay. We get in the flow here, opt in to autoresponder in my mail system, my email system. And this could be MailChimp for you if you're in the Launch 31 program. Could be Aweber, could be Infusionsoft, whatever you're using, ActiveCampaign. And then so that autoresponder goes out, they click it, they go over to the survey. And this is the survey I have them doing. Let me just look at these real quick. Analyze. Okay, so the survey looks like this. By the way, SurveyMonkey is free. It's awesome. What I really liked about this, you might have heard me talking about this in the Launch 31 pre-launch a couple months ago, was that I remembered to do both quantifiable data research, but also qualitative. Brain's a little slow this morning. Okay, so when I say quantifiable and qualitative, Jesus. Okay, so you'll see that I'm getting my first prompt is what has been your biggest technical challenge in the process of launching your online platform. So this is a great way of understanding are the pain points that I keep hearing and I've written down as the ones I want to address or really shape my course around. Is that correct? Can I validate that with data? So what I saw here rise to the top, as you'll see here, is getting a web design that feels like me and my brand. So in other words, when people are looking at their website, they go, that just doesn't speak to my professionalism, my quality, my expertise, my level, feel beautiful or aligned with me. So, and if we were to read the qualitative, which we will in a second, you'll see a similar pattern of languaging. I'm not making that up. That's both all the calls that I've had with people doing websites or online brands, as well as the survey result. So the second thing was integrating all of my marketing tools to work together. And then writer's block. I'm not sure how to articulate my value and distinction in the marketplace. So to do that earlier step that we talked about in episode 2 of writing down everything that I have heard my avatar, my audience, or my target market say. That's what influence and instructed would put into my survey as possible answers. Not possible answers, but basically this is a ranking system where they rank, is it not a problem at all? Is it I find it frustrating? Or is it I'm pulling my hair out? And SurveyMonkey is smart enough to create weighted averages based on how many people actually fill it out. And so then I started seeing there's a bunch of things that are lower on the list. All of them got some heat. None of them were totally off. So my market research was in some ways validated by that. But then here's the beauty. Here's the real beauty, and this is why it became so easy and a converting beta launch campaign, is because I had the qualitative. And you might have heard me say this before. This kind of stuff is the stuff that I almost copied and pasted, sometimes literally, copied and pasted into my promotional emails for Launch 31 beta. I also see answers in here that really have, they're not relevant at all to Launch 31, and that's just fine too. But there were some beauties. Let me try to find one. Too much, okay, here's one. Too much information out there. I want someone to hold my hand and give me a simple site like Jeff Walker, Marie Forleo, Deborah King. That is, I mean, who, if I were to like come up with a phrase that most of our Launch 31 core market is saying, it's that. I have a million different ideas, and I have 50 different gurus giving me these ideas that they all sound wonderful. All these tools, all these strategies, all these tactics, they all sound amazing, but how in the world is it relevant to me? And how do I take the next step in my business? So this is definitely a copy and paster. Too much information out there. I want someone to hold my hand and give me a simple site. So how I would translate that is a subject line. Do you feel there's too much information out there? It's not that great, but want someone to hold your hand in launching your website. That's what Launch 31 is. I'm assuming this is a she, but this person nailed what Launch 31 is. Perfect. That person is totally aligned, and I'm going to borrow that statement. I want someone to hold my hand and give me a simple site. Cool. That's my promise. Okay, so the second one is, what life challenges have arisen for you as you've attempted to market yourself? Oh, I have a typo in there. To market yourself and your brand online. This helps me. I put this in here because I wanted to validate my theory is that people aren't getting stuck on this stuff. It feels like that. Is that tech is the most like visible frustration, but underneath that are the things that just get in the way psychologically or just rational. I mean, like time. Everyone needs time in order to do this, and we're all starving for time in order to do this, starving for freedom to be able to do this stuff. So I don't want to miss out. I don't want to lose sight of that. That's an important part of my marketing, my understanding of my messaging to my target market is, listen, I know you're busy. Like, let's look at some of these, some of the actual answers. What life challenges? Okay, so qualitative. Wait. Oh yeah, qualitative in the comments. So I had a field that said other. I think it just said comments. But anyways, well, geez, these are long. But I saw a lot in there that they basically, an extension of that, I need someone to hold my hand, is just tell me what to do on a daily basis so I'm efficient. I don't have a ton of time. This is my side hustle. I have like maybe half an hour, 1 hour per day to invest in this, and then my weekends. So like, give me some chunks of information that I know I can just do, an action step I can do, not theory, an action step that I can implement in my website and my online marketing system, and I'll be good. That's the kind of hand-holding I need to overcome this life challenge of I just don't have time, and every time I do put in, I'm lost because I have bright shiny objects syndrome. Right? I have all these ideas. I don't know what to implement now. Just tell me what to implement now and make it easy for me, right? So this is validated here as well as that bright shiny object syndrome. I get distracted by new ideas. My endless pursuit of perfectionism and procrastination. Those were the top three. I didn't just use this in the marketing. I didn't just use this, to get into people's heads. I used this to alter how and what I taught in the course. So there are, in the Launch 31 course here, hold on for a second. I structured it. Can you all see that? Oh no, because you're looking at my screen. I'm gonna switch over. Switch back. Okay, so in Launch 31, I actually built in catch-up days or catch-a-breath days. They're called catch because you can do either one. I built 5 of them into the 31 action steps so that so I could take into account that people, this is a lot of overwhelming stuff for a lot of people. And yet, like, this is all hustle. You can't procrastinate on this stuff or you'll get behind. So it sort of helped me shape how I taught the course. And even along the ways in some of these modules, whether it was a catch day or not, I built in a little bit of discussion about not procrastinating or getting over that endless pursuit of perfection. That came up a lot because Lord knows we can all make things more and more and more perfect, but it'll never be perfect. So anyways, that was a discussion I built into my modules as we went along. And I think people appreciate that, sort of addressing the life aspects of accomplishing a course. You know, this is taking care of your business. You know, that's the way I look at things anyways. I look at it as I need to nurture people's passion around this and nurture their souls and their livelihoods and their families. I need to make sure that they feel at ease going through the course. So I know Dr. Carrie Rose, one of my mentors in course creation, has this line that really speaks to me. She says, you know, adding more hours to your course does not create more value. So it used to be back in the day, you would use literally in your marketing, like, oh, I've packed in 100 hours of footage. It's such an extremely high value. That must be worth $5,000. Nope. Nope, because nobody has time for that. So what we want to see is that you created an efficient way of going through and getting the promise that you have. And the shorter, the better, actually. So I built in, I mean, if you took Launch 31, you'll see on these catch ones, I built in lots of things that just spoke to people's hearts more than their businesses and brains. And reading these survey results, I'll pull these up on the screen again. Reading these survey results really influenced why I would do that. I'm already that type of teacher anyways, but that certainly helped color it. So let's keep going through this survey. Should be up on your screen now. I'll go through those. I also asked, how much would you invest in a program like this? Why? Got a huge variety of responses there. That was just an open text field, so people could just type whatever they wanted. Some novels, some wrote just one number, but it helped me get a sense of what was, you know, what people, without even knowing what the course was, what they would value it at. And I don't take this, I'll be honest with you, I don't take these answers as, oh, well, I need to fit within the average, you know, price point that people are putting into this survey, because at this point in their journey to a decision, they don't know what the value is. I mean, I have, like, on the page where they fill this out, there's, you know, maybe a little outline of what's included in Launch 31, but people really are in the dark on the value of this, and the contrast of what it would cost to not do this, and also the contrast of other options out in the marketplace. So that's where, you know, as an example, if I were to say coming in and get a piece of media generally costs, you know, $5, $10, $15, $50,000. Okay. So in contrast to that, you can just look over my shoulder as I build a site on tools that you can understand and you can do on your own. And you watch me create a marketing website, looking over my shoulder, watching my screen as I click each button, and then launch your site quickly, efficiently, without going all over the place, sideways, this way, that way, backwards, just in a nice flow. So, and if I juxtapose those prices, you know, 5, 10, 15, 50 to, you know, the price point of say under 1,000, then that looks pretty good. So I haven't done any of that, so I'm not going to take this like literally like, oh, I got to average these out and then it fits within that average. But this does give me just sort of a sense. Some people are willing to. Some people are so frustrated and want this so bad they spend up to $2,000, $1,000 to $2,000. Awesome. So there's people out there like that. Some people are saying 500. Our beta price was $597. I need to invest in having it built for me, 5,000. So there you go. 297, 2,000. You know, 297, 500 to 1,000, 350 to 500. So that tells me, I don't know, I'm doing some fuzzy math here, but I could take, if I were going to use this information literally, I think I would double the average. And if I'm at or below that, then I'm in good shape. Because I feel like the extra half, you know, I doubled it. So the extra half is where I need to do a good job of presenting the value. And I think I can do that. Okay, so then I ask, how can we make this program ideal for you? Yeah, lots of people validating that they wanted a DIY version. They wanted an online, you know, let's do it. This person say, just build a site for me. I don't have time. I should reach out to that person. Yeah, so lots of information on how I can make it better there. And some of these walk alongside me are, again, copy and paste marketing pieces, sequencing of steps with links to resources where I can get someone else to do it when I run out of time. I don't know about that latter half, but I do have sequencing of steps and links to resources where it's needed. And I teach lots of resources and tools in there. Step-by-step plan, exactly like Brendon Burchard's website. Yeah, for $297. I think it's a pretty ideal already. So yeah, lots of validation in here. And again, this we're talking about how to validate your product idea. I felt validated as I read these, and I continue to read these. Why are you the perfect student for this course? This is a little bit of a sort of a marketing thing. You know, why it's sort of like when you see on high-end programs, yeah, you ask for an application, and it's basically, you know, why it's sort of a sell me on your reasoning for joining a course like this. There's I do care a little bit. Like, I don't want people, I would hate to see people in here saying, because once I get this done, I'm going to go and dominate people and make tons of money. I mean, I'd hate to see that. But anyways, it just helped to anchor down for me psychologically for them that, you know, I would be willing to join this course because I'm 100% committed. Just making that statement to themselves or writing it to me, I feel is going to anchor that into someone's psychology better, versus me pushing something on them. They've already established a sort of need and a desire and a commitment to do this. And some didn't. Not sure that I am. Great. I have content to share. I've tried to set up my own WordPress site and I had some luck, but it isn't pretty and very functional. So again, lots of great, juicy marketing material there. So anyways, those that's how I use the survey. And I would suggest if you are ever going to launch a course or you're doing one right now, build this step in. Let me switch back over here. Boop. Build this step in. I get it. Like this, even setting up a survey like this with an autoresponder and all that stuff does require you to have autoresponders and an email system and a website that gets traffic. So I do understand that there is that piece. And if you don't have that stuff, then maybe you're the right person for Launch 31. So if we have any questions, I'll answer those now. Otherwise, we will wrap up this episode of Freedom Lab. I hope that you get out there and start collecting data and validating your online product now versus a couple weeks or after you've launched your first course. This is extremely insightful. Again, I can't say enough about this process. There's also an amazing book out there right now from a guy named Ryan Levesque called Ask, and he's the ninja of surveys. I did not read it before creating this survey, so it could break everything that I just said and told you to do, but nevertheless, this was my way of getting started, and I suggest you get over to SurveyMonkey and do the same. Even if you're working with clients completely offline, you can always send them a survey afterwards, after you've done a survey, a call or coaching, consulting call or whatever. You can always send that to them and ask them, tell me how I could translate what we've done offline into an online course or experience that would serve you. So I think this could be applicable to anyone, no matter what your tech stack and all that stuff looks like, okay? So until I see you next time, I don't see any questions in here. Until I see you next time, remember to love more, play more, do more good. All right, again, Christina says, thank you, Jam. If you thought of profit share on sites you build could be long-term cash, just a thought, and put your stuff on sites as affiliate signups. Proudly powered by Jam. I think I would want to unpack that a little bit more. Profit share on sites you build. Oh, got it. So, got it. Yep. So at the bottom, maybe if I'm reading you correctly, Christina, put at the bottom of the sites we build a Peaceful Media link that's an affiliate link for the site owner, and that leads to something where they can opt in and eventually purchase something. And if they purchase something, then the site owner gets a commission. It's a wonderful idea. I would be very open to that. If I sign up folks, thanks to your help, you get a percentage of my course. Now I'm a little bit confused. But anyways, just totally pull that off. Pull this conversation into our Facebook group. If you don't mind posting it over there, I can dive into this a little bit more with you. And okay, that's it. Episode's done. Freedom Labs out. Until I see you next time, remember to love more, play more, do more good. I'm Jam at Peaceful Media. Have a great day, y'all.